Books, banter, and a bit of chaos. Welcome to Unhinged Bookish Thoughts,
the podcast with unfiltered opinions, hilarious tangents, and way too many TBR editions. If you've ever sent an unhinged voice memo to your book bestie,
you're in the right place. Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Bookish Thoughts. With Listen Carrie, I have to put my pen away, or else I'll just click and I'll smack, and it'll be really annoying. But yeah, welcome back to another episode, everybody. We are doing our July wrap-ups.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
July was a month.
It was a month. It was.
Where
it went, I don't know. Where's August?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, as we're shooting this, it's like August 22nd, so August
I don't
is
even know.
Basically over. So
yeah. Somehow. No clue.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, gang, this probably be Carrie's like last big monthly wrap up. After Well, August will be bigger actually, but then that's it. September is going to look a little bleak, but
September's going to be, or like when we record in October, it's going to be, we're going to have like no reads because we're going to be in Texas for like a week.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, we're not going to be reading while we're at Villains and Vixens. Let's be real. Like, that's not
watch
happening.
us. We just like leave the festivities because we're overwhelmed and just go and read books.
I'm just like, I'm going to go read now. And I just like take my headphones and like sneak away into like a closet somewhere. And be like,
so true. A closet. You could just go to your room.
Yeah, but Ariel will be there.
You're just in the bathroom.
There's somebody else there. There's still somebody there.
That's how I get my mic back. Just gotta spank it.
Oh, and
just gotta spank
internet is so bad right now.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. This is just visual representation of how life is going lately.
Yeah, this is really bad.
So, I hope the gas leak at least comes in. That way we can make a banger of an episode.
We'll see.
Oops.
No, it won't. The gas leak won't be shared across because our internet is so bad that it's not going to be shared.
Jeez. Well, okay. So let's get into it before Riverside takes a shit. How many books did you get this month?
I read 5 in July. I did not read many.
I read 8.
That's pretty. I just kept starting and stopping. Like I would try to read something and then I'd stop it because it wasn't hitting, and then I'd start another one. There was a lot of that. I didn't read for like a solid week.
I fear that July was not kind to you.
It was not.
You were really going through it, trying to find something.
Nothing.
Well, do you want to share your titles?
Sure, I can. I will start. It is quite everywhere, as always. More romance, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. So I read King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, which is his new thriller that dropped, I think, in July. The Poisoner by Ophelia. Of course, we did a whole episode on that one. Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair, which I talked about wanting to read that on the last episode, on the last wrap up.
An episode.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to read that in July. I did read it in July. A Darkness So Sweet by Emma Hamm. And then Good Game Gamer Girl. What was the author's name on that?
Renee Zoric.
Yeah, Renee Zoric is who also read that too. So, yeah, little random mix of stuff.
Okay, so here's the thing. I forgot that we both read Scarlett St. Clair and The Good Game Gamer Girl. I genuinely forgot that you read that too.
In July together.
We did.
We read The Poisoner, Terror at the Gates, and Good Game Gamer Girl.
I love that for you.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely forgot.
Yeah, we did. All of those. And those were the only books I read.
That's it. Let's get into mine. No one's gonna be shocked.
Hockey.
Oh, not a single hockey. One hockey. Oh. I'm sorry. Wait, one hockey. My bad.
Oh wow. How? What?
I know. The first two is a I think there's gonna be another book, I believe, but they are like a spicy women in STEM type of book.
Mhm.
It's The Desire Variable and the Passion Parameter by Anna Darcy.
Mhm. Mhm.
I did Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair. I also did Good Game Gamer Girl by Renee Zoric. I also did Whirlwind by Kayla Grosse. Uh, Obviously, we did The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia. I also
Mhm.
did Lasso Lovebirds by Clio Evans, and then I finished it up with Red Card by Marion Moore.
Look at you. Some
Shock.
staple authors in there, so like Clio and Marion. So
Yes.
gotta have
Yes.
those ones in there.
Yeah,
Shocker, there's only one hockey. Who are
I
you?
know. Well,
What happened there?
August is really gonna shock everyone because I've only read fantasy this month.
And I've only read Dungeon Crawler Carl. No other books. Absolutely none. All it was the entire Dungeon Crawler Carl for August. So I can't wait
But
to
also,
review that.
I'm such a fucking liar because I've read more than fantasy. Gosh,
I
just
literally
a
have not.
fucking liar. I well, I read a Dungeons and Dragons fantasy, but I think it's
Yeah.
more like contemporary or not fantasy. It's more of like a contemporary
Yeah, yeah.
with like role playing elements.
Fantasy elements. It's a more
Oh,
of
there
like a
she goes.
cozy.
Cozy.
Yes. But we'll talk
Yeah.
about that next month. But for
Yeah.
July, um, I did
Give
not
us your
get a whole
top
lot of reading.
threes.
My top I mean, I really can't do top 3. I'll just go through them. Kingdom of Ash or King of Ash by S.A. Cosby. It was my first book by S.A. I read it while I was driving back and forth to the BookCon, right? Yeah. That was in
Mm,
July? There's no way
yeah.
that was that whatever. I think it was last month. I just remember being in the car reading this, doing the audiobook. So, it was okay. Yeah, if you want a thriller that has a lot of family drama in it. That's, like, the best way to describe it. It's
Mm,
very family drama and oriented. It was okay. I do plan on trying more of his books, but that one I've seen a lot of reviews on it, and people are like, it's not his best work," and so I'm gonna try other ones. The
mm.
Poisoner, we already know how I feel about that. If you wanna know more, go watch that episode, and I can't wait to talk to Ivy in a few weeks at
On the
Villains and
panel
Vixens.
that she's
Yeah.
moderating.
No.
So,
Terror at the Gates.
mhm.
Well, it's Scarlett, so I mean, yes, obviously, just go read it. I don't. Yes, the FMC's name is Lilith. Yes, of course, go read it. I like the tension between the characters. Please. I would say probably my favorite book for July was A Darkness So Sweet by Emma Hamm. She just keeps getting like the top of my months. I don't know, like Whispers of the Deep. I guess I've only read 2 of her books, but A Darkness So Sweet is really cute. I
Mhm.
mean, it's cute, um, and unexpected. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I'm gonna give you a little summary. This is the beginning. It is on all of her marketing. So if you don't want like a spoiler on how it starts, pause for a second. So she's a florist that shows up to the castle to decorate for the princess's wedding that's that day. And they're like, yeah. And so they like take her and like pretty much tell her to shut her trap and then force her to marry the like ogre man. And so now she is bound to the ogre man, who has been like really looking forward to having a wife. They have certain practices as his species that make things very interesting. Very interesting. And she pretty much gets like kidnapped by him. Not kidnapped,
Oh,
but because now they're like husband and wife. But like she has to go with him and doesn't have a choice. And she has a lot of like trauma. So she doesn't like she freezes in the situation. So she's like, oh no. And she doesn't have like the ability to like speak and tell him, like, I am not who you think I am. And it causes a whole lot of drama. And then there's a lot of like chaos that goes in. But it's a really good story. And I can't wait for like the rest of the series because it goes into like other characters. and I fell in love with the characters. There's like one point I'm like, no, no. Okay, he's fine. All right, we're good. Okay, I don't have to throw this across the room because I thought something bad was gonna happen to one of them, and I was like losing my absolute shit. I was like, you bet, I was like, Emma, you're gonna lose me. You're gonna lose me as a reader. You hurt this man,
Are they like
and she didn't.
standalones then?
They're supposed to be interconnected standalones. Yes, it's a lot like Whispers of the Deep, where like each one's about a different character. So yes, I'm
So
looking
like
forward to the rest of it. Very
monster.
much.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
into
he's
it.
an ogre. Like I think people like think of like Shrek. It's not that.
It's not like that. Is
He's
it
a
giving?
giant man.
Is it like a YA or is it more adult?
Oh, it's very much adult.
You're not walking away from
It's
that.
their tradition is that all of them get pierced. Everyone gets pierced, okay? Even the females, but the males specifically get dick piercings called
Mm,
husband piercings. The women can get like anywhere pierced. And so she ends up getting her ears pierced as part of it. But it's like a whole like ritual that gets done.
sorry.
And the way that this like species is wholly obsessed with women. Like, when I say they get married and he's like, you are my wife. Like, you are supposed to be doing these things. Like, he expects her to, like, fight him. He's like, why do you not argue with me? She's like, because wives don't argue with their husbands? And he's like, yes, they do. So you have, like, these different species, which is, like, my favorite trope, right? Like, I love when two species are not supposed to be together, but it's my favorite thing. Fucking love it. But she's like, no. He's like, fight me, argue with me, and she's just like, okay.
So
So
cute.
it's like the found family in it is just so good. I love them. There's like a tribe of women that take her in that are like, come on, and she like really doesn't have any family or anything, so they like take her under their wing and is like, come on, let's go, sweet thing. And she's like this tiny little human, and they're like these giant like troll men women. So it's the sweetest. I mean, like the art, like it's so good.
It's
It's
so
so good.
good.
Ugh, I love it. So yeah, it's a good time. And then they like become obsessed. Like the men, they believe that their days should start and end by feasting on their wives. So he's like, my day doesn't get started till you have an orgasm. So there you
Amen.
go. That is
Mm.
the ideal men. And of course, there's a fucking train. Oh,
Also, I don't want to cut this out. You know what? My sister has been listening to every single one of our episodes at work.
oh
So,
God.
hi sister.
Hi.
There's a train happening, but
Yeah,
if
I'll
we
cut it
keep
out.
this in, my sister will and my mail lady,
And your
they both they've both been listening.
and your mail lady. That's crazy.
Especially after you just saying that an ogre pleases his wife every morning.
They're trolls. I just looked at another one. It says, not to toot my own horn, but her special editions are beautiful. And it says, my newest troll romance. So he's a troll.
Troll.
But he looks kind of like an ogre kind of thing. But
You know, you will have
yes.
no idea what I'm about to say, but
Probably not.
there is a character in Arcane who looks just like him, and I'm into
Mm,
that.
yeah, I was very much into it.
I'm really
I
into
don't
it.
know. I really enjoy Emma's writing.
Mhm.
It's romantasy, but like monster romantasy. And
Mhm.
it's, while it like she's very much like a weak FMC, but she has a lot of trauma in her past, and he really like he's like, why are you so weak? kind of thing. And she's like yelling at me.
I'm
The
excited to read
dynamics,
this.
I love it. And I'm just working my way through all of Emma's books. So
I
she
think
has a
I'm gonna
new
read
one
that
that
one
just
tonight.
released. So it's so good. It is. It's not like super long either, but
Mhm.
there's the picture that I showed, and even like on the cover, the like background It's so I mean, we talked about it on, like, The Poisoner. It's got an atmosphere to it where
Mhm.
I'm like, "I wanna be in this world." Like, I want
Yeah.
these, like, glowing mushrooms that, like, tower
Mhm.
over everybody. Like, I wanna feel like I'm in, like, Alice in Wonderland. Come on, let's do it. But
One time,
gorgeous.
I watched Avatar a lot growing up, and I made
Yeah.
our prom theme be Avatar.
I don't know if you should be proud of that.
So, our entire prom set was, like, glowing mushrooms and, like, big trees with moss on them.
You didn't say that. It was very unique. That was a very
You
unique
bet your
theme.
ass I would do that, though. That checks out, though, doesn't it?
But it does. It oddly checks out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
but highly recommend. Let me see if I can think of a no. Yes, if you want like something different. Like I said, it's like a romantasy but monster mixed in. So good. No. I don't think I can have a no. I can't think of one like off the top of my head. Cause
it's
like
good.
if you don't like Pierce dicks, I guess
Yeah.
that's
If you
the
don't like
only no
Pierce
I can
sticks
think
and
of.
trolls, like, if you're not
And
into that,
trolls. If you don't like monsters, but
the
like
the cover
you
in
should
general would probably get
you
you away from it, but
should still give it a try. Give it the good old try. I mean, she sure does. Um, what was your favorite book for the month?
probably Terror at the Gates by Scarlett St. Clair.
Mhm. That's good.
I could list 100 things that I liked about the book
Yeah,
and have just
yeah,
one issue with it, and that was the only
yeah,
but again, it's not a fair issue to have because everybody deals with grief differently, but this
yeah.
book went
What do you mean?
fucking in. It
Yes,
went
it
in.
did.
Oh,
It
mine's
did.
somewhere.
I got mine. But like, it's so pretty. The book. It's very. Uh, I like the vibes of it. Okay, hold on. I got the art
I
too.
don't
Hold
know
on.
where it
Like,
is.
look at these beautiful,
Mm.
beautiful characters.
And also
They're just
hot.
stunning. Hot. And then there is a cat. So if you want something with a little side character, there's a little kitty cat. Which I did want to look up this artist too. So that was a good
It's
reminder.
I will say Terror at the Gates is very, like okay, I'll go into my yeses and nos. Yes,
Hmm.
if you love, like, a situation where it's hate to love, I would say
More
that.
like annoyance to love,
I agree with that
reluctance to love.
because you have a female main character that thinks that the male main character absolutely despises her, but he really
Hmm.
very much loves her. Um, I would say yes if you're into, like, a paranormal demon-esque situation, there's those elements
Hmm.
which make it really fun. Um,
Didn't I say it felt like Constantine?
yes.
That was kinda like how it felt for like, that was the best way I could describe, like, the vibes that came from it.
It kind of felt like, when I was picturing the world, I was picturing
Mhm.
something out of The Matrix. Like,
Yeah.
everybody wearing, like, black leather trench coats and, like, fucking
Very
that's all
much
I've got.
like an urban fantasy, but like
Yes.
a futuristic, like, sci-fi kind of
That's how I pictured it.
that more so like, not I wouldn't look at it, like, in my mind like, Crescent City. When I imagine Crescent City, I think of it very much like a modern like, New York. Let's do a reference point for it. Now,
Mhm,
in this one, like, I wouldn't necessarily say it was New York, but, like,
mm-mm.
the sci-fi, like, urban mixture in it is the
Yeah.
only, like, very much that.
I would say it's giving, like, dark alleyways
Yeah.
and, like, it almost like Underworld, that vampire movie.
Yes. Yep. Yep, that's a good one.
That's what I was
Yeah.
picturing.
Yes.
Um, I
Yes.
would say no. For some reason, I would.
I would
I
I wanna say I have a no, but it could be considered a spoiler.
That's what I think we're on the same
Okay.
path.
Yep. So, I don't even know how
Maybe
to
just
word it with
maybe just read your trigger warnings.
Yes. Yes. Read that, and if you are still comfortable with it,
Yeah, because she
that's
goes
it.
in. She goes in
She
on
goes
what we're
hard.
referring to. I fucking cried my eyes out.
I was
So,
so shocked by it. I was like, "No," because like, I've read everything that Scarlett has written. And so I was like, she wouldn't do it. And I was like, maybe she would, because she said this is like she goes like really, really deep in this one. And I was like, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
And then she does. And I was like, that was not what I was expecting.
When I started reading that scene, I thought, okay, here it
Mhm.
goes. But I didn't think it was gonna.
And the way it ended.
I thought it would be traumatic and then we'd move on. Not like,
Yeah.
holy shit, we're committing to.
Like, holy trauma.
Yeah.
Holy trauma is all
Yeah.
I can say. So, yes, read the trigger warnings on that one. That was the no would be associated with that, so that we don't give any spoilers.
Yes.
But very, like, I don't know, if you don't like urban fantasy, I guess that'd be another like no. But it's like not. I think a lot of people don't like urban fantasy because it's like too like this world kind of thing. And I'm like,
Yes.
no, it's like a futuristic world.
Yes.
So
I
like,
would say
still,
I'm not an urban fantasy girly.
no,
You know
you're
this.
not.
But I fucked with this one because even
Yeah.
though it was like urban fantasy, it still felt like the world still felt like it had elements of like maybe a fantasy movie or something.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Like the
yeah.
Matrix mixed with Constantine. I don't know how, but that's like the vibes. Okay. I know it
And
doesn't
the
make any
underworld, apparently.
but you'll read it and then you'll come back to us and you'll be like, you know what, you were right.
Yeah, just
You
believe
were right.
us.
Just we're pretty spot on with our vibe, so we're good.
Phantom of the Opera.
You
Hey,
gotta work that in.
listen.
3 episodes.
I just had to say it because you made the joke of like getting my Phantom of the Opera quote in there. So
The other 2 episodes for August, both you talked about Phantom of the Opera. And so, because we talked about the poisoner, and you're like, Phantom of the Opera, maybe. And
and
then
then we
we were talking about Fairy Tale, and you're like, Phantom of the
Phantom of
Opera.
the Opera. Yeah.
And so, yeah, you got your Phantom of the Opera vibes going on.
There we
It's
go.
alright.
I've done it.
That's fine. It's alright. Got it in. What other books
Got
did
it
I read?
in.
Yeah. Those are, I think, I mean, I didn't have a great reading month for July, so it feels like weird discussing and like doing a wrap up on it because I'm
Yeah.
like, eh. But I was like looking back at like the books we've read this year. Like, I mean, I've read this year, and I'm like, wow, that was that long ago. Like, I read that in January. Like, it's funny to me what books are sticking with me this year versus like what I expected to stick with me. I'm like, huh, that felt like I just read that. Like I was looking back and I was like, "Oh, yeah, like Project Hail Mary. I read that like last month." No, I read that in March. And I'm like, "I that is sticking with me." And I also was going back and this is something I did want to discuss was about like how our year is going as far as our reading goes. But I was like, "Man, I haven't really read any Ice Planet Barbarians this year." And I've read like one book this entire year. Which is very strange for me. I'm gonna have to up that and you know what? That's what I'll read tomorrow. Oh, no, 'cause, Ariel and I will be in the car. I can't really turn on Ice Planet Barbarian.
Yeah, you could. She'd tear that up.
We're just gonna turn on, book number, I don't even know what, 10 that I'm on, 11, something. I'll just turn that on. It's fine. So but we were previously earlier today when we were prepping for this, we were discussing our books for the year and like what our top authors are. So I think I was at 74 books for the year, which is more than I was expecting. I was like, oh wow, I'm actually like I'll get within that 100 most likely, right? Like I usually do 100 to 120 a year. So I'm definitely on track for that, but it's like the variety is so random and like my assortment, like obviously romance is still like heavy, but sci-fi has now entered the chat and is quickly rising the ranks this year, which was very unexpected for me. Matt Dinniman
And
and Clio Evans. Clio Evans is number 2. My number 1, because and we'll discuss this next month, but my number 1 author currently as of, the middle of August is Matt Dinniman because I have read the entire Dungeon Crawler Carl series and I read it in about 10 days. I am slightly ashamed.
you
Not
went
really.
in. No, you went
Went
in on it.
hard. It's the only thing that was like keeping my brain happy. And that's like so weird to say. And so I think I need to like stay within the like fantasy sci-fi area. So
It's
That's
the
I
bounce
don't
between that and Ice Planet Barbarians that keep you alive.
yeah. And, like, when I was looking we were talking about because I was on Fable, and it's like your top authors right now, and it's like Matt Dinniman, Cleo Evans, and I was like, "Those are very different ends of the spectrum."
Yeah, and it
You
says a
just do
lot.
variety. When I
I
say
don't know.
one or the other, there is your spectrum. I think number 2 is Devney Perry, or number 3, which is also, like, really weird because she writes, like I read, I've read her contemporary romance, I've read her romantic suspense, and I've read her fantasy romance. So it's like, I've read a variety with her too, so you're gonna get up, aren't you? What about you? Who is your top authors?
My top 3 are not gonna
Mhm.
come as shocks.
No.
Number 1, Cleo Evans, of
Cleo
course.
Evans.
They are my
We have
comfort
that.
author.
Yes.
Next up, Chelsea Curto.
Mhm. Yeah.
Again, not shocked.
Not a shocked.
And then last up is Stephanie Archer, which we're also not shocked about.
How is Marion not in your top? Is she, like, top 5?
I would say she's probably top 5, but I think it's
Yeah.
because I have steadily been reading Marian for, like,
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, you've been reading she publishes, like, she has, like, such a huge backlog, right, of, like,
Yeah,
books she's publishing. So you pretty much, like, have read everything that she's put out, but you're reading her, like,
right.
stuff as it's coming out now. And
Yes,
so I am
yeah,
looking forward to her new one. So
yeah,
I do need
and
to read that.
it's like Chelsea Curto, once I found her, I've just been reading her what she's had
Yeah.
out, and then same with Stephanie Archer.
Mhm.
Um, and obviously Clio. We just love Clio. And, so there's nothing shocking about that. My goal for the year was 50 books. I'm at 59 right now,
Yeah.
which is incredibly shocking. I went really low with my goal because last year I really beat myself up about not meeting my goal last year.
Yeah.
Um, so, like, shout out, gang, this is not serious.
No. No, I always
Don't
put mine every year I put mine at 50. I may read up to 120 a year. I put my goal as 50 every single year because it's not that serious.
Mhm.
It's not that serious.
I think you and I have reached this headspace in our journey of this where, like, I think we've gone through the motions where you felt like you had to be posting every day, you had to read a book every day, you had to, like, we
Mhm.
did that, you know?
Yeah.
Now we're on the opposite side of it where we're, like, just trying to stay with it. Vulnerable,
Alive.
vulnerability time. Um, yeah, it's just once you've been doing this for a while, it feels like we've been doing this for forever. It's kind of
Mhm.
exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I didn't read it all this week.
yeah.
And that, like, says a lot because, like and I made a point and I talked to my PA, Justine, and I we're talking and she's like, "How are you?" I was like, "Well, I have my audiobooks currently set at 1.5, if that tells you at all how I'm doing." And as soon as I say, like, to anyone, "My audiobooks are at 1.5," it "Are you okay? Are
Mhm.
you" I'm not. I listen to audiobooks at 2x speed, okay? 2x. So me at 1.5, that tells you that I am not mentally well.
I think this episode's turning into, like, us also checking in with everybody. It's
Mhm.
incredibly important to unplug if you can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you have to survive this, especially with
Mhm.
everything that's happening. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
There's a lot. There's, especially, like, I feel like Threads, it is where the drama lies, but it also is where, like, I get to see, like, more raw aspects of people because I'm not really on TikTok anymore because I can't like, my TikTok is pretty much just shadow banned, and so there's no point in me being over there if I can't get anything to work, so I just don't get on the app. Plus, we live in the US, and it's gonna likely be taken away, so there's no point of
Yeah.
being over there. Um, but Threads is very much like, is anyone else burned out on social media? And, like, how people are acting, like, the toxicity that is, like, increasing, like, the hatred, like, I
Mhm.
don't know, like, the competition-wise, like, everyone getting offended, like, "Oh, I read, 10 books in the month of July." do you even read them? Like, there's no way you're actually reading those books. Like,
Mhm.
why does it matter? Like, it's the
Yeah.
same conversation at the beginning of every single month of it's like, you're not actually reading these books if you read more than, like, 2 in a month. You're like, it's harmful for you to be posting your wrap-ups because you've read so many books, and I'm like, "Y'all, it's not
Yeah.
that serious.
Right.
It's
And
not that
it's and
serious."
yeah, and we're speaking towards the toxicity, not people getting held for accountability.
No,
Like,
no,
we're
no, this is
speaking
like
to
the hatred,
pettiness.
yes, the, like, mean girl energy, like, "You
Mhm.
can't sit with us," kinda things. Or there's a it happens at the beginning of every month, and I am not gonna lie, I crash out the beginning of every single month, and this is also why I'm, like, staying off the internet, because if you post how many books you read, and you it's always the assumption, "Oh, you did an audiobook, so it doesn't count." And I'm like, how does it not count? And that's how it all it's like, "Oh, you've read 100 books this year. How many of that was audiobooks? If it was any, then it doesn't count." And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't understand this, like, superiority when it comes to, like, audiobooks. Like, I don't read outside of, like, work hours because,
Mhm.
like, I have a kid and I'm supposed to be an author, okay? I'm pretending to be an author most days. And so, for me to
You're an
read,
author.
I have
Everyone
to
say it
read
with me.
during the day when I'm working, which is an audiobook. I can't, like also, my brain does not like, my attention span, I have to be doing something. Like,
But s
I don't have the way of, like, sitting and reading anymore.
but see, this is what's wild to me is I don't think people realize, like, it's incredibly hard for me to listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
So, for people saying that you're not actively reading, I have an incredibly hard time doing anything while listening to an audiobook because I have
Mhm.
to be so locked in and engaged. So, like, anybody saying, "Well, you have it easy." Well, for most people, it's not easy to just
Oh,
sit and listen to an audiobook. So, like, how about we just let people do how they can consume
read
and
how you
shut the
want.
fuck up?
That's what I
That's
say every month.
crazy.
It's always, like I don't know, and it's the same thing with, like, authors and, like, people getting mad at authors for saying, like, "Hey, don't tag me in
Mhm.
reviews."
Yeah.
And it's like, there was one person that, like, fully crashed out hard because they tagged an author in a review that was, like, I don't know, 4-star, 3-star or something, and they're like, "It was such a nice review." No, it wasn't. Like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you need to be able to accept criticism." No, no, we don't. No, we
We saw
social
we
media is not a reader space. It's not.
Right,
So, it's a communal space.
right.
Goodreads, Fable, and, like, those Amazon, those are reader spaces.
And again,
My
you can
social media is
have
not.
right, and you can have an opinion, but inserting
Yeah.
an author directly into your opinion is wild.
Mhm.
'Cause guess what?
Yes.
The algorithm exists, and unfortunately, authors are
Mhm.
being fed these reviews regardless if you tag them. So how about
Yeah.
we don't force feed it?
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I was on I posted something on TikTok, and
Mhm,
obviously, TikTok, like, the search function, it popped up with my book, and so I clicked on it, like, "Oh, wow," like, it's not often that it reads my book as, like, the topic, and so I was like, "Oh, awesome," and I clicked on it, and the first thing was, like, a 3-star review telling me, like, it was good, but, like, it sucked in all of these ways, and I'm like, "This is
yeah,
not" like, the person no hate to them, they didn't tag me, nothing. It's just how the algorithm works, and
mhm,
so I'm, like, looking, I was like, "Ooh, let's, like, see what shows up for my book," and it's like, "This is the worst world building I've ever seen," like, well, if you go look at the other, like, 50% of my reviews, that's not what it says,
mhm,
but it's fine, but that's, like, what I'm talking about, like, you're right, we get fed them all the time. 'Cause, like, it's our
mhm.
book, it's tied back to us, like, our that's our name, like, our hashtags are always linked back to our books, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not a fun time.
The
Mhm.
audacity that some people have is outstanding, and it's
I know.
very intense, and ultimately, at the end of the day, authors do not owe us anything. I'm a
Mm-mm.
reader. I'm in this space. I've been in this space for a very long time, and
Yeah.
I've gotten to, like, have connections with authors, and no matter how close to an author you think you aren't. You don't
Yeah.
know that person. So,
Yeah.
whether you're posting about something, whether you're meeting an author, there is boundaries and you have to be respectful, and this
Mhm.
energy recently of readers thinking that they are entitled to something, it's crazy, and we need to stop because we are actively pushing authors away in a space where we're supposed to be a community. So,
Yeah.
it's
It's
not all
happened.
bad. It's not
No,
all bad,
no,
but we're just
no.
saying, like, it has gotten and it will progressively continue to get toxic, you know? It's unfortunate that this is happening, but
Yeah. Because it's sad to see because we do have, like there's a lot of authors leaving social media in general, which is how we, like, connect. It's how, like, readers are wanting that interaction with authors. However, there are lines that are being crossed in a
Mhm.
multitude of ways. Most recently, and I know we have been debating, I guess I would say that I'm like, do we need to talk about? But, recently there was the incidents that happened at Sinners, right? And so, like that, crossing lines,
Mhm.
assaulting people, all inappropriate. It's like, w- do we not have, like, I don't know, manners?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
It's it
is that I don't know how else to describe it. Like, do we not have manners? Like
yeah. I mean, for the community that we're in the books that we read, consent is, like, number
Mhm.
1.
Yeah.
So, if
Mhm.
you're reading a book that's talking about consent, you should know consent is also something that we carry with us in real life, and
Mhm.
we have to be respecting boundaries. We have to be making sure that we have consent in everything that we have. Um,
Mhm.
and it seems silly that we have to say it, but, like,
Yeah.
everybody, you need to be participating in everything
We're gonna hold
consensually.
your hands.
Please, like,
Consent.
please. It's
Good.
just we are going to Villains and
Yeah.
Vixens, and
Mhm.
thankfully I really do think that we have a team that's doing absolutely everything possible,
Mhm.
to make sure everyone is safe, um, but communication's the biggest thing, and if you are ever uncomfortable or in a situation where you feel unsafe, if you can find even just one person to help you, I mean,
Mhm.
just always be communicating, and it's yeah, it's really
I
sad.
think it is, and I like how I don't like what's happening. Let me preface with that. I don't like what's happening at, like,
Mhm,
events, what's happening, interactions online. I don't like what's happening there. However, I do like the response from a lot of events and
mhm,
different, like, businesses that are coming out of it because it's becoming more clear. So, like, communication, we're not in a miscommunication trope, people. Okay? Like, let's just get that out of the
mm,
way. None of us asterisk, some people like it. Most of us don't like the miscommunication trope. So we're not doing that. Okay. We're
mhm,
not gonna be doing that. But I know that with Villains and Vixens, like they're doing like you're gonna pins and stuff. So like if you're okay with hugs and stuff, with things like that.
mhm,
And then also I have a ball that I'm going to that is put on by Enchanted Realms, I believe is the company name. And they have like a stoplight kinda category. Like,
mhm,
green, good for all, like, physical contact, like, yellow, please ask. Like, you're good with physical contact, but please still ask. Like, because you
mhm,
can get touched out a lot at events, and so it's, like, those type of things that are happening. So getting it where you as, like, me, where I can get like, I'm okay, like, with certain physical touch, like, certain people
mhm,
I know, but I definitely, like, get touched out very quickly, especially if it's,
mhm,
like, really busy, and so, like, I plan on getting, like, a no hugs and, like, stuff pin so that I can have it as, like, my fallback. So, like, when I start to get overstimulated, when I start to, like, because 'cause we're gonna be there for 2 days. It's gonna be a
mhm,
lot of people. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. I have a panel that I'm moderating on Friday. I know that at a certain point, I am going to be overstimulated, where, like, and for me, being on the spectrum, like, when I get overstimulated, it feels like my skin is crawling,
Mhm.
and I don't like, when that happens, I'm like, "Don't touch me." Like, "Get away from me," kinda thing.
Yeah.
So, I like the more open communication that's coming out of it. That's kinda nice.
Mhm.
Do I think that we should be having to have this conversation? No. I feel like not necessarily the parent, right? Like, I think it's more like the teacher, like,
Yeah.
"I told you what was gonna happen if you didn't quiet down, and now
Yeah.
you don't get to go on your field trip." That's what I feel like. I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah. I think, the most important thing coming out of this is, like, even if someone is consenting in that moment, they can still
Say no.
obviously take away that at any time. So even with, like, the pins and stuff, make sure that you're asking
Mhm.
authors
Oh, yeah.
because they might have the pin on, but they might be at their breaking point, and you being like, "Hey, is it okay if I hug you?" They might be like, "Hey, actually, would it be okay if we didn't?" You know? So,
Yeah.
make sure that you're asking. It's Villains and Vixens, I'm really excited about it. I'm learning a lot about events. This is gonna be my first big event ever, and I feel really
Mhm.
excited about it. But like you said, I think a lot of companies and cons are looking at what has happened in the last year, and I think they're really reevaluating and establishing better, like, safety protocols. So, I
Yes.
just hope going forward, unfortunately, from these circumstances that have happened, I'm hoping going forward we're gonna have better
Better
outcomes.
events. Yeah, and it's
So
sad because if we don't, and I think this is, like, my main takeaway that, like, I want people to, like, realize, is
Mhm.
if we don't start being more conscious of these things, I'm actively seeing authors saying, "I'm no longer doing events."
Correct.
So, if you still, like, that's, like, a huge thing, right? Like, like, I'm a reader, like, I like interacting with other authors. I like being able to have these conversations and stuff at events, online, stuff like that.
Mhm.
However, it is quickly becoming to the point that they're like, "I'm leaving social media.
Mhm.
I'm no longer doing any events."
Yeah.
And, like, maybe I'll do, like, a signing at my local Barnes& and Noble, but, dude, you have stuff in your mouth. But I'm not doing, like, Villains and Vixens, and I'm not doing this event, and so we're gonna
Yeah.
lose authors
Yeah.
because of the
The
things that are
world
coming out.
and guys, the world is scary enough. We're
Yeah.
trying to keep the small pieces of you know, our, like, oasis and, like, our safe place safe. So,
Yeah.
once that
Yeah.
starts to bleed into it, but yeah, consent, like, please,
We
gang,
love
let's
we love consent kings, okay?
consent kings.
Let's be consent kings in life.
I'll to end this topic, the last thing I'm gonna say is, like, let's not blame readers or genres
Yeah.
of books on these events.
Yes.
If you were a dark romance girly or
Not
whatever, we are not blaming a genre. We are not blaming an
no,
author of a genre. We're not doing any of
no.
that.
We're not victim blaming, we're not pointing
This is
fingers
not
besides at the people who are actually doing the bad things.
correct. If you are remotely trying to say, "Well, you read such and such," no. Well, see you there if we'll see you at Villains. That's
Yeah.
important. But yeah,
Yes.
if
We
you're
will have free stickers and free bookmark or not bookmarks, free stickers and business cards. So, if you want some, stop by either my table
at
or
LB
stop
August's table.
and see Carrie or Ariel. They have on what is it? Friday, you both are wearing the shirts that we made for
Yes.
them.
Mhm.
So, if you see them, stop and say hello. I will be in my Shadow Mommy shirt. You won't be able to miss
Yeah.
me. So, both both days. So, but we'll have those at my table if you would like to stop by and snag some.
Yeah.
Gladly. And they'll have our new art on them that will be revealed, I think Monday. So it'll
Yay.
be actually come out before this episode drops. So you'll see them. You'll see our new art that's going to be on the cards. So,
New art and
mhm.
make sure that if you're going to Villains and Vixens, make sure if you're going to Villains that definitely
Mhm.
stop at LB August's table,
Yep. I
signing
couldn't tell you what my
author.
number is at the back
I
though.
I don't know. Maybe we should post that. Maybe we'll figure that out.
It will be
We
on my
should
page. I'm posting it before. So if this will post Thursday and then Friday I'm posting what my table number is, what my booth number is. So if you see this and then you wanna know, go to my page, and it should be there, or
We
it will
should
be there.
we're gonna have content.
We're gonna have content.
It's gonna be our first meeting.
Mhm.
Maybe our last. I'm just kidding. Maybe we'll hate each other after this.
Hate each other
I'm just kidding. I can't have that energy out there because I will fucking freak out.
How
You
would
and
it
Ariel
like,
are
how
my
would that
only
work?
friends.
Well, I'm just trying to think, like, what would happen in person for us to, like, stop talking?
Maybe like
I
my
don't
open mouth breathing or something.
I'm the
Mm.
one that breathes really hard. What are you talking about?
Every time I edit, every time I edit, I've
That's
edited one episode this summer. I've edited one episode this summer. Relax, Carrie.
You're like, every time I edit, you're like,
No,
I did one.
no,
And
imagine we go to this event and we come back and then we, like, make a statement.
like, we're no longer together.
We're not
We got a divorce. But yes, come and see us if you're at Villains. Give us some grace going into September and
to
our posting
2026
schedule.
September.
I just giving it. I'm like, yeah, this year sucks. Let's just to the end of it.
Yeah.
But yes, be mindful for our September posting. We will be posting. I was saying I am posting. I manage our social media posts.
Liz will be posting.
I
Liz
will be posting.
I don't have
I will
passwords
be
to
making-
anything.
It's just like I don't even know. I don't even post. I just post through our posting app. Like everything just gets scheduled through that. So everything will get posted. But
I don't know
there
what
will
that
be
is either.
I know you don't. I know you don't because it's linked to my author stuff, and so that's why you don't have access to that one. So it's like because I could easily see because I have done it accidentally posting on the wrong page. So it's very easy to do. But in the very beginning of September, we'll be posting that we're going to be on break. So we'll be back as soon as we get done with Villains and Vixens because
Yeah.
we have to travel, and that's going to take a lot out of us.
Yeah. And like, yeah, our people meters will be a little intense. So we might need a little break. We're protecting our I just thought I have to say what just happened.
Oh my God, what? What just happened?
I gasped because I thought I just lost electricity. I closed my eyes.
I can't. No.
I've never had that happen before. I literally closed my eyes and I went, oh, the electricity's out. I closed my eyes.
But this just says like how we're doing. We're not okay. We're not okay.
The gas leak. The gas
leak. Oh my
leak.
God. So, but yeah,
I don't know what
here.
this episode is anymore. Everything's fine.
Everything's
Genuinely,
not fine.
It's not fine, but we're fine. And
I'm
we're
gonna
very
just get
excited to meet.
the meme shirt where it's like it's fine and like the entire like world is on fire.
It's the garbage can, like the garbage can in the back on fire.
Yeah. That is
I just think
that is how I feel.
Like the Elmo gif where Elmo's like going like this and there's fire all around him.
We will see everyone that's going to be attending Villains and Vixens. Make sure you stop and say hello to us. I would say, come find us, but like we're not hard to find. I mean, Carrie I'm 5'7", almost 5'8". Carrie is like 5'8", 5'9". We're not hard to find. Okay. Just find the tall people with the little one running next to us, which will be Ariel because she's like 5'2". You know
I'll
what?
be
I'm gonna
sweating
make a
in
point.
red, so
yes, I will
hard to
be
miss.
at my table. I have a cocktail table, and so I'm kind of looking forward to that because one thing I do at events is I just like stand the whole time. So I'm excited to have like my own separate like table, and I can like talk and interact with people. So we'll be there. We'll be at Villains and Vixens. We'll be here sometime.
We will be.
Follow us for more. But remember to read what you want and don't be a dick.